Hello, hello. It's another fine evening. It's another day. It's another dawn. It's your boy TurboTabs, and I'm here with my gaggle of friends again, and we're still continuing this crusade. But this time we've got a catchy name. It's EUCAS NA, and it's just like what it says on the tin. We're a couple of EU people, and we're going to cast some North America Team Fortress 2. It's going to be the RGL League again, but this time we've made it to week 2 of the Invite Sixers season 15, and we got a couple of games because we can't quite take all of our EU habits. We need to see at least 2 maps this evening. Anyway, speaking of wonderful twos, I've got Samus, of course, doing all the production, all the wonderful streaming graphics and all that jazz, and I've also got Ben PL in the box with me yet again. How are we doing, Ben?
Doing great, yeah. I thought we're back again after it went so well on Friday. Thought we're back, have a look, see what RGL has got to offer into later on in the season. We've got 2 pretty good looking games coming up tonight. First up, we're going to have Witness Gaming against GlobalClan Ice, and then there's the one which I'm really looking forward to: GlobalClan versus GlobalClan Ice. It's the GlobalClan derby coming up, but that'll be one for later because we've got Witness against GlobalClan Ice coming up first. We've already seen Witness play already. We saw them have that nice win last week, didn't we?
Yeah. It was. I think it was a closer affair than what the Throyo game was, but it was obviously the nail biter and the one that we enjoyed personally a little bit more. I always love a close game of TF2, and I will say this, Ben, this game that we're first covering, I don't think it's going to be a close one. It's Witness Gaming, that sort of big pedigree, versus GlobalClan Ice. This team is so down the ladder that they can't even get the GlobalClan name. They have to just get second pickings of their name. So the Ice teams, who knows though? You could have some sort of weird upsets, but you're probably more likely to recognize some of the names from Witness Gaming here. Just to say a few: High Five, Brand Slam, Laz, Ash, Artis, and Skis, and then over on the GlobalClan Ice side is just Yum Yum, Scratch, Grape Juice, Quacks, Pen, and Hannah.
Yeah, on that note, I think should we get rolling onto Sunshine? We're gonna have to the old-fashioned way as as we did before, because of course, full disclaimer, this is not live. This game happened a few days ago at least. So, Turbo, would you like to let's do the honors and count us in?
All right, okay, let me just load things up. All right, team, I'm ready to press the button in 3, 2, oh, never mind. Whoa, slow down. One momento. I might have closed. There we go. Okay, now I'm ready. Okay, sorry, I just kind of slipped to the button. Whoopsie doodle. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Right, we're ready. We're loading in Run Sunshine for the first game this week after that double Snake Wars last week. Going over to sunnier, less rainy affairs over on Papa Sunshine. We've got Winners Gaming in the blue. We've got GlobalClan Ice over there in the red. Let's see what they're going to bring for us on this first mid-fight of Sunny Sunshine.
All right, there's many ways you can get these mids. I look like GlobalClan Ice wanted to set up positions early and maybe get some spam out, but they only have one sort of person doing that, so not really kind of the style of mid that goes for. Maybe just kind of a jack of all trades. But to start off, everyone's just kind of sending
Quacks
their
in.
initial soldiers in, and yeah, they couldn't quite really coordinate. They were kind of split over the side of GlobalClan Ice. I think they had the same game plan here, Ben, but it was just kind of splintered off. Must have been the aggression from Witness Gaming straight off get-go.
Yeah, but they managed to get the medic with the double bomb, and with the heal advantage now, they can start looking to come back in, and they've already found one frag there onto Laz in choke, and now the rest of the team are clumping up towards the valley, going to see if they can find their way in. There's a low HP Ash on the point, there's a scout there. Cap finally comes through, meaning forward spawns will be available for these remaining couple of Witness Gaming players, but the advantage is securely over there in the red with Hannah, who's actually going to walk all the way into enemy valley and try and get use out of this pretty quickly.
Yeah, Ash is holding close, just trying to make them spell the door, force them at the door,
Sniper.
and yeah, not only forcing them out, but kind of drawing some of the Uber aggro as well. But this is all right in my book, using an Uber on second point, locking it down, and I have to emphasize the lockdown over on Sunshine. It's really hard to push out once you lose that initial line of on the second point.
Yeah, I especially respect it as well, because when you're playing with advantage like that, they knew that Skis has only just spawned in, so it's one of those, if you use your ad early, that means that then you're really not at that big of a disad. What's the disad now, like 25%-ish? Like, it's not as if you tried to hold on and hold on and hold on with your Uber, and then you're using when Skis is at like 70%, but like you say, Sunshine is so hard to push out of anyway. This ad of, what, like 20-something%, it's going to be just them set on last Brand Slam knows that's the case anyway. He's already up on the engineer, getting that gun built. While the rest of GlobalClan is their Uber charge coming up in just a few more seconds. They can start the pressure, start the slow burn towards Witness Gaming's last point.
So they have skis holding close. Usually you see a lot of medics kind of only adopt to this position when there's a sniper involved, just to kind of avoid those sort of sight lines. So he's more likely to get bombed here out of GlobalClan Ice. But it does allow him to kind of maybe contribute a bit more to this right-hand side where Ash is, where Artist is as well. So, yeah, the weakness is right there. Skis can get jumped easier, and then Laz may be a bit weak on this left-hand side.
Yeah, absolutely. With the gun position as well, because the gun's looking towards Dungeon and towards like the right-hand side from Blue's perspective, meaning it's going to be harder to get bombs out from those. But yeah, so a lot of pressure on Laz potentially. Just this sole soldier on the left-hand side. He's actually going to get jumped in on Grapejuice. Going to get a couple of good rockets away, and the scouts there also. But Grapejuice goes down, gets one rocket onto Skis, but that is all it's going to be.
Yeah, again, seeing some of the weakness, they went in through the door and Laz. You can do a hop, skip, and a jump to actually get past and slingshot your way in, and that sentry gun is not helping anybody on getting in on the left. So the opportunity was there, but it's just the rockets didn't quite hit, or the bodyguards just kind of made Mr. President get down.
Yeah, nice little attempt there, but have to be another hook up. There's still again half this time left to play. There's no alpha classes, no like banners or anything coming up. It just seems like they're going to try and pressure in from this top side again into this one soldier who's managed to rotate away now. Laz is going to be coming back in, but the rest of the side of GlobalClan Ice, they took so much damage on the way up. They're going to have to go back, get their buffs again, and potentially rotate around the opposite side. Looks like right for the first one in, jumping up high, going to be blasted up into the ceiling. Skis has taken so much damage in the meantime, but 3 players going down for it, and that medic force has not come through.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Penn went down to some random factor or if he actually jumped in as well, but they will accept this sort of trade here in pushing out. No Uber was used though, so they will just get second. It's not about kind of turning the tides at this point, it's just a little bit more ground covered.
Yeah, absolutely, and with all 3 forward spawns coming in as well, it's not as if there's any sort of momentum that can charge through over on the Witness side. They're still going to be stuck on their own second point, and they're going to have soldiers flying into their faces for now. Just 2 fade bombs so far. Going to try and distract around and see if they can open up any opportunities for more coming in. Grapejuice should be the one to jump in onto Artist. Artist goes down to the scattergun of Yum Yum, and Skis goes down to the Funny Spoon. There we go.
Yes, EU people, we're in NA territory now. This weapon is in full force, and it is really a polarizing weapon for medics everywhere, but it is not an easy one to pull off, and he did manage to pull it off, so they might get rewarded for that. Although Witness Gaming with a clutch last second block onto Last, they might be getting a few frags on the board, and the Soldier of Ash comes in to kind of sync up with Laz as well. They might actually still hold on to this. There's so much cap time though, and it seems Great Dupes wants to go for 2 buff soldiers than go for the point, and yeah, that will be a very clutch defense by Witness Gaming.
Yeah, those projectiles did so much damage. Laz and Nash picking up 2 kills each, but Artist as well literally just spawns in, just gets those pixel perfect sticky bombs onto the point just in time to blast everyone away from it. I was with you. I thought that was going to be a GlobalClan Ice round every day of the week when they were running through like that with so many players up, but the cap time just wasn't quite there. And now they're going to have advantage over the side of Witness, not in players yet, but Uber charge, and that's going to be about 30% away from happening. So might be able to call off this one. Wait a little moment, see if they can get this Uber charge up and ready, but no, he decides they're going to walk in anyway. They've seen the sniper in forward spawn and decide, you know what, we're just going to take the free space in through Valley, and they've basically got a freebie for this point.
Yeah, they were playing things very patient, very slow there. I think it wasn't about trying to catch people in that mid, it was just trying to get in unscathed and maybe just spam at people where they can. Maybe let the flank work a bit harder. It has caught them a little less time for them to kind of get this Uber charge into gear, but they've got the Uber charge now. They've managed to get the second greedily off it without using, so no real momentum lost too much. But they've thrown in Ash to try and get on top of Hannah before any sort of defenses are set up, and Hannah have to have her Uber popped. So with that taken out of the equation, it was very well played by Witness Gaming to kind of get in there before any sentry gun was kind of contributing.
Yeah, I guess the one problem on Witness' side is that Skis also got forced in the midst of that. I didn't quite exactly catch what by, but yeah, dropping 2 players there with the 2 players stacking in, and Skis getting forced out regardless means we're down to just even Ubers again. And Slam, given that situation, is going to come up on the sniper. I know you mentioned before about the medic playing close against sniper. That's the one sort of counterplay you have, right? When you're defending into a sniper, it makes Sunshine so hard to snipe into as a last point because you have to peek so deep into these tiny little choke points. You can get splashed from basically everywhere. It's very, very claustrophobic, but Slam's confident, and we'll see what Slam's able to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, while the medic is safe, everybody else isn't quite. The only thing they have on their side is they might have a big juicy buff from Hannah to make sure like they can't, it's just not an easy pop to the head that is going to take these kills. So Slam already fully charged up, and actually, okay, never mind. But yeah, just trying to fish around from this area. But I think they know that the game plan from GlobalClan Ice was about bombing those soldiers in, making that trade happen, just getting the sniper out of the play.
Yeah, nicely dealt with there, the two soldiers, just getting big buffs and jumping themselves in. As we see Lobby being taken now from the GlobalClan Ice side, is this opportunity for some kind of a counter side? Now, they decided to think better of it, decided to stay on last, get themselves ready again, and brought up a sniper of their own as well and Scratch. So Slam has gone back over to Scout with half this time left to go. High Five getting caught out by Sticky isn't going to help things. Great juice in Lobby also, but getting a little bit of messy back and forth, and this is just dwindling down the time for Witness, you've got to say.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with like fishing to see what you can grab, and we'll get the 1 HP warrior on the lad, and he will be a no HP warrior. Does go down. Sentry Gun even cleaned up as well, but Quacks has managed to kind of get behind whilst all the shenanigans were happening on the left. He snuck in on the right, and now will equalize things out a bit when it comes to this defense and offense.
Yeah, well, I think that was a drop there into Skis as well. Like, these deaths from Skis. Skis is getting away lightly here, I've got to say, because I haven't caught the last 2 times that Skis has been forced and then subsequently dropped in Lobby. But yeah, we said this counter aggression in Lobby can be so dangerous, and another example there, like multiple kills coming through from Quacks and including that all-important drop onto the medic, means they can start walking forward with their ad as the Ubercharge used very, very early. Crack's been taken down by a sticky trap as well, means maybe they're not getting quite as much as they were hoping for here in the GlobalClan Ice side.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of a bait play they were going for Witness Gaming. They had a scout holding close, but more importantly, they had Skis holding close with that beam. So when they see the beam, they were like, okay, easy medic kill. We can just pop in here and try and get on top of the medic. But just took the scout taxi out, rotated around from Cafe, and then just buffed up everybody coming back in from these chokes, from these valleys. And then now they were able to take this as a surprise fight on mid. And yeah, this is why GlobalClan Ice are in a sticky situation now, and just bleeding players on the back of that play.
Yeah, and what's even worse for them is that they're still at a bit of a disadvantage. So if this push comes in quick, there's potential to catch out these defending players as Hannah gets taken down by a really nice sniper shot there from Slam. Grape Juice taken out also. And the sniper's down, but that's not going to hold the push, right? The sniper's not what you want to be pushing with regardless. This almost plays into Witness Gaming's favour, giving Slam time to come back up on the scout as second point is capped up, and massive advantage now for Witness as they're surely odds on to take the first round of this game.
I wasn't fully paying attention. I wonder if that sniper was kind of recycled from just a mid play.
It was from when they were disad on mid. They've had the sniper the whole time since then.
Oh my days. Well, they've got a sentry gun to deal with. That's going to be cleaned up now, and the heavy weapons guys hanging about on the other side. So much cap time. Soldiers come in to try and block, but now the rest of the players now need to kind of assemble ready on this last point for when they're going to cap it out. But they're trying to not make it easy and bait them out a bit here, take a bit more fights. And whilst all this time is ticking, though, the respawners could come in, but there's just a very slow, very patient, and a very successful round for Witness Gaming.
Yeah, it was getting a little bit sticky for a moment there on Witness's side. They had a fair few low HP players and maybe took a bit of time to get those frags through. Of course, with the heavy weapons guy, 450 health points plus whatever they're getting in extra heals and arrows later on. But they make it work. They keep 5 players alive and just manage their damage that they're taking so well. And yeah, there for the recollapse. Those spawners take so long when you're defending. It was just another few seconds away as Witness Gaming take the first round, and we'll see. This time they decided to play anything different. They were caught off by a really late bomb from Red Valley last time, but this time it seems like Quacks has gone the other side, and the first big bomb is going to be in from Laz, landing straight onto Hannah's head.
Yeah, again, you're seeing 2 different philosophies, kind of butt heads on this mid. GlobalClan Ice, some of their players want to turn up just early and get some early spam in, and maybe try and lock the door from there. And whilst Witness Gaming want to do like a double sack and just kind of go aggressive, see if they get it or not. And they do get it, and the difference that makes it a bit weaker for GlobalClan Ice is they only have 1 player that's doing this sort of early rollout kind of force out some spam. But all that happens in my eyes is Grapesjuice just peppers himself as badly as he's spamming Witness Gaming. Kind of a same trade-off right at the start.
I thought Hannah was going to get caught again. They're Ash there bombing in, doing so much damage to the combo of GlobalClan Ice, but he's taken down in a 1-for-1 with Quacks. Now Laz actually jumping in, also doing a lot of damage towards enemy lower. But players are going to be surviving. It's actually a temporary 5v3 as well, with just Brandslam, Artist, and Skis trying to hightail it back out of mid. They're trying to retreat to Valley, but there's players potentially chasing this one down. They're deciding maybe not too wise to turn that corner even further, given the health that Pen and Grapejuice were on, but GlobalClan Ice are very happy here to take mid, and they have a little bit of ad. It's potentially just from better building, but they have to be careful now on Witness' side.
Yeah, I think they've wasted a bit too much time to get any sort of global ad thing going. You usually want to be practically on second point as you get the Uber charge to have it be effective, but it's even now, and Yum Yum was pressured for a little bit. No real sort of casualties, but enough to dissuade them from any sort of play. So now it's in the court of GlobalClan Ice once again to see what sort of kind of stalemate breaker they've got cooked up.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, you've seen someone's in the skybox. Oh,
wow.
The shot, the air shot. Wow, massive.
I mean, yeah, stylish. I mean, Ash will kind of take a bit of an L, but the rest of the team, they can maybe play off this. We're losing 2 players against 1 is still an advantage to Witness Gaming, but they lose Laz. Oh, excuse me, Laz doesn't really lose that. He just kind of trades out. And Ubers have exchanged. There's more blue players, though. Witness Gaming just claps on the post, and yeah, Witness Gaming making it look pretty easy. They're going to throw in Grapejuice, who's come back from the respawn queue, to see if he can get any sort of medic pressure. He can't, and now it's not just a mid point, it's going to be a second point as well, Ben.
Yeah, it's a bit of a conga line of players there, I guess, feeding into Valley, right? Just kind of one at a time, being just trying to each, I don't know, a bit of a sunk cost kind of thing. If the previous player's done so much damage, they did so many kills, their next player comes in, and you sort of go into a bit of a cycle there as everyone in the end is feeding in there. And everyone will go down, but Ski's now only a few % away from this Uber, is going to be taking it into lobby and potentially getting ready to use this one. We saw last time a very nice conversion from them, just to get all the crucial kills and stay up later in the post. Good in the same position as last time. No. It seems like a similar setup, but Hannah taken down by the lock and load instantly on the way. You're going to make it so much harder. No more buffs, no more crit heals for these respawning players, and no more chance in this round. Witness Gaming 2-0 open again. What a pipe from that lock and load.
Yeah, there's if you're going to have the sentry gun on the other side, basically kind of relying on the sentry gun to stay alive during those Ubers, you need to be on top of it when it comes to rotating. There's nothing dissuading that demo man. There's no sentry gun kind of peppering in him or blocking him his initial jump, and nothing to distract them or kind of focus their Uber on. They're going to be gunning for players, and it happened to be that the medic was the most far forward. It shouldn't happen.
Well, we'll see now what GlobalClan have got. They have managed to get onto Skis in these previous 2 mids, but like you said, they might want to be doing a bit better in terms of the spam game. Artist taken so low, and Brandslam taken down also, but that's in a trade for both of the red soldiers. Making that a scout as well, going down. Only 3 players up now.
Oh, no.
Scout, Med, and Demo. Fight being taken into Cafe. High five wins it out, and Hannah gonna have to come in with the arrow, but is taken down by Laz, and that's an all-important 1v1 there. You're thinking if Yumi wins that, there's a chance they can get back and get onto this mid, but losing that means Medic goes down, and it all starts falling apart at the seams now for GlobalClan Ice as a Witness. Big advantage, big player advantage, winning out the mid and potentially looking to roll even further.
Yeah, the problem with kind of pushing onto these left-hand sides is a very telegraphed exit way. Like you can feel the awkwardness going from Tetris and going into Valley there, and it's just too telegraphed. So I think at that point Hannah knew that she was in. I might as well go in fighting. So they tried to go for the scout fight in Cafe. Sadly, I think Hi-Fi just won it, even though he was against a buff scout, and yeah, style points. But that mid was kind of wrote off from the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. And now again, we're seeing it's been 2 for 2 so far on these Uber and last pushes for Witness. Will it be 3 for 3 as the bombs come straight in from the right-hand side this time? Not straight onto the gun, as the gun is actually living for a fair bit of time in this post. Uber is being tanked completely by Yum Yum. As the Uber charge fades now, Spawners going to be getting buffed up on this red side as pressure coming back in. Witness Gaming staying in, want to jump out towards the point. 86% on Hannah, and there's only 3 players surviving on the defense, but only 3 on the offense too. Temporary 3v3 as Hannah is getting this Uber soon, and they're just about going to save this off for long enough. Witness Gaming have to retreat. They have to get their way back out of last, and good hold, I've got to say.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with that hold. It was obviously adjusted compared to the previous one. This time Hannah was well in the respawn and making sure that they couldn't get the easy pick off. But there was a lot of cool elements. I would like to talk about it more, but they're already on the move here, Ben. They're capping up second point. Grape Juice is already pressuring Artist out, gets the Demo Man pick. That's a big pick when you're making these transitions and movements from second to mid. Hannah going down to the sniper though. Brand Slam slamming big crisp bullet into the head, and that will kind of take the hopes out of the heart for GlobalClan to keep this going.
Yeah, they're going to get mid just on the basis that there's only really 2 soldiers that can actually fight this. Like, effectively, of course, there's a sniper that can potentially rip someone's head off, but other than that, there's not really any sort of threat of committing into this one. The cap is going to come through, but again, Skis is going to be working with such a massive advantage. Still at 100% Uber. Was completely safe through that whole fight. There is even an opportunity to send Brandslam back to the forward spawn to change back onto Scout as the bombs come in. Going to try and land in onto Skis. One soldier tries it. Quacks is taken down at their own hand, but Hannah getting chased down on the other side. Skis just using into enemy choke, and the backup is on. This has got very, very scrappy, very, very fast. There's 3 players behind. Second point flips, and Grape Juice and Co are already on last. This is going to be a round, and that is an absolute steal coming in from GlobalClan Ice.
Yeah, that's tunnel vision if I've ever seen one. I mean, in a world of TF2 where you think I can kill the medic if I use my Uber charge right now, that's not always the big play. How you win the game is just capping points, and they weren't necessarily back capping them. It felt like a front cap because they just ignored the front line. They went past them, capped second point, and capped last, and it didn't help as well that Grape Juice rocked the pain train, which made this process quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a bit of an overextension perhaps there from the blue Uber charge. Now GlobalClan suddenly back in this game. 11 minutes of regulation still to play and scores at 2-1. But these mids have looked so much better for Witness. And again, landing this double bomb straight in on top of Hannah. Ski's being traded out on the other side. It's going to be a heal-less mid for these remaining 10 players as Premium High Five have both been taken out. And there's so many low players all fighting for this pack underneath the point. And it seems like Brandslam with the pistol is going to be the one claiming that little fight. Only 2 left up now for GlobalClan Ice, but again, with such low HPs and everyone, like, it's just a couple of stray shots and basically anyone can die.
Yeah, this is a lot of balls in the call here. Like, there's a bit of a back, well, not back cap, but like backfighting with Grape Juice going way behind, pulling Ash all the way back to his own sort of base, bringing all the rest of Witness Gaming back, actually, as he's still just dancing about. He's being a real nuisance, finally goes down, but I don't think they needed everybody from Witness Gaming to come back here. I look like most of them were just playing cheerleader to Ash to hit the guy.
Yeah, there is a possibility as well. Now this point flips into the red. This is going to be forward spawns, particularly for Pen, also for Grape Juice also. So it means there is potential for a re-engagement, but Scratch taken down already. Is actually going to get their forward spawns, but might not matter as Witness going to cap up mid and going to start bombing into second already.
Yeah, the problem with those sort of losing a player out and having that point capture is trying to get the doors locked quicker. But Witness Gaming just managed to get in before they put it under lock and key, and then they were just entering a 6v5 fight. So, yeah, not really great. The only fortunate thing they have is the fact that Hannah has stayed alive during all of that shenanigans, and Skis is not really built Uber because he's chasing his team going from mid to last to then back to mid again.
Yeah, I've only just realised. Yeah, I thought Skis would wear Uber by now, but it's not the case. And speaking of the Uber, the blue Uber used in through choke straight and seeing how many frags they can find, but it's going to be looking so much better for the Reds. So they haven't even had to use yet. Hannah just dodging and weaving down on the grass, hasn't barely taken any damage at all. As the Scout and Soldier are there. Ash bombing in, not going to manage to land anything either, as the pressure's just been withstood for now.
They will not pop under any circumstances. A Demo Man went down, their scouts were going low, their soldier was going low. There was a meme spoon kind of being held in the arms of Ash for a second there. Still, that Uber has not been popped, and it's going to pay dividends now as when the dust settles, they have a full Uber charge advantage. Very well milked. I don't have as much of a strong heart as Hannah does.
Oh no, absolutely, it was great work, just constantly baking the shuttle back and forth, but this is where they get to reap the rewards of that previous hold as they bush their Uber charge straight across mid, getting 1 kill onto Ash, and they're going to secure the mid point, but that seems to be about it. Witness Gaming passive enough, waiting away, and Brandslam actually on Sniper was Potentially looking for something funny on the pushing. Branston's obviously got so many kills so far this game already on sniper. Why not if you're feeling it right? It's one of those classes where it's so confidence based. If you start hitting your shots, think you know what we can roll with it anyway. But going to run back, change back at the base spawn to scout as we now see potentially a flip flop going on. Witness have their Uber charge add to use back in.
Yeah, they've identified where Grape Juice is. That's the main guy that can kind of suicide in and try and force skis out of this Uber. But they've got nothing really planned and set up before when this game in. Now they've got a full Uber charge. They popped off into second point, however. See if they can, who they can catch. They will catch Grape Juice, but that's not the worst thing in the world when it comes to an Uber charge being used. It's probably their game plan anyway, was to throw in a soldier and force the Uber. So having them forcing the Uber and then losing a soldier, it's just the same cake recipe.
Yeah, absolutely, especially when Grape Juice is coming up at around the same time that Hannah's Uber's coming up as well. So if they do want to try and push this out using the Uber charge advantage, like, it's definitely possible. But all their spawners back in, and it looks like they seem keen on this, taking lots of space in top lobby. Lad's going to have to jump away. The rest of the Witness Gaming side, all just playing it over towards Valley, and the U's come straight into their faces now, but it's not quite quick enough as they have to back up. There's Ash threatening a back cap, there's a scout on the point, and actually at the end of the day it's GlobalClan who are the ones to drop a player, and they're getting nuked in the shutter. And Scratch and Pen getting a couple of frags. This is getting a bit weird.
Yeah, this is a shenanigan tapping all over. The flank are getting like sort of random bait kills from maybe playing for a back cap. Obviously the Uber wasn't really successful in like getting out as well. This is the headache of pushing out of last, and now they pop off an Uber. They're already knocking at the door. They don't even need the battering ram, as they are got so much time pressure on point. They will get a final sort of block, but it's all for naught. It's 3-1, and yeah, this is why you don't see too many people pushing out in the game of TF2 from last.
Yeah, it's a words of a wise man. So it's Dr. Underscore's motto, right? Of push out equals big mistake. I think we're seeing why there, right? Just if Uber Charger doesn't go perfectly, you could just be left in such a messy, scrappy fight. There's constant back cap threats. You're often pushing out on low ground, and yeah, really nicely converted there from Witness, just making the best of a messy situation and getting their third round on the board. Still a few more minutes of regulation left to play, but with the progressive config, anyone is in it all the way through till that final round comes through. Bit more of a slow rotation this time over on GlobalClan side, deciding to go out to the right side, but a massive pipe onto Pen is going to get that frag, and Hannah's taken super weak too. He's going to get his Rap Assassin bleed. Going to get the kill to Hannah. Bleed. Oh, it's falling apart.
Man, I've never seen those sort of action movie moments where they're like, guys, I don't feel good. I ain't going to make it. You got to go in without me. And then they just all jump away, and the medic just giving them a big thumbs up before he goes down. And yeah, it will go towards GlobalClan's Ice's way on this mid, because I'm going to let you in on secret, Ben. I think medics are a little tad overrated on these mids. Why go for the medic first when you can go for all the combat classes and then get the medic? Huh?
Yeah, absolutely, especially if like you're losing your medic right at the start, right? You can add as well for that. Med going down first, but GlobalClan Ice are going to be happy with what they've got regardless. They're sat here taking the midpoint, but are they aware that Ash is ready to jump in behind? Well, Ash is spamming aware. They're definitely aware. They're all turning around. They know what's up. But if they want to take the temporary 5v6 onto second, they're maybe thinking about doing something. Quax is already in. They've got a scout in through Cafe also. If Scratch can that kill onto Laz.
Quax! Get down! Nobody will touch my medic. As that came in massive. Ash had the Hannah dead to rights in that sort of little square area there. A commanding air shot, and this has surely got to be around now.
That was milliseconds in it there, I think, before that rocket comes out from Ash. Like, that is genuine, like, millisecond perfection on that air shot from Quax, and yeah, really well rewarded there as Ubercharge still up and ready for GlobalClan Ice, but they're starting to walk it in, and they're losing 3 players. The Uberchargers aren't even popped out, and it's even... Never mind, they're getting forced on the way out. Pen getting chased down, Hannah getting chased down also. Are these players even going to manage to escape? No, Hannah gets juggled back in by the sticky bombs of Artist, and now the push out is going to be easy for Witness' side, and it's not just a push out, they're going to potentially be in good stead for a coast to coast, or at least a partial coast to coast. There's a long respawn on the demo. There's only 4 players on this mid. Medic's ages away from spawning in, and it's all on what they can pressure in now.
Yep, soldiers are in. They are on hunt for Scratch on that sniper. It's very typical that they run sniper in these sort of positions, so throw those soldiers in wild and Wacky to find any sort of kicks from that. They will get that. They'll get this midpoint and the second point already on lockdown. I like it. So from Witness Gaming, very sort of clean sort of fundamentals by throwing in these soldiers. They ain't capping points. They're locking doors here, Ben.
Yeah, absolutely. As it was a potential for a coast to coast, and it's looking pretty good for that so far. They're still at about 50% advantage side enemy lobby, and we've seen mixed results from these Uber ad pushes in. This time going to be in through the left. Gun getting dealt with a lot more cleanly than last time when it went wrong, so it's looking like a good start for Witness. Gun rebuilt, taken down also. It's all now. Can this heavy stay alive? How much health can it tank? As we've had a couple of people dying to their own splash on the heavy. But heavy does go down finally, but it's Medic and 2 scouts now versus a couple of combat classes up on the GlobalClan Ice side. It's all about the beam. It's all about who can win the MGE fights, who can get them, and it seems like Brand Slam is the one to win all the fights on the point and get the point cap through 4-1 and lead for Witness.
Yeah, between the heal pool of obviously skis just pumping out heals to those scouts and 2 scouts in against no medic as well, it feels like a very cruel universe and kind of doomed to happen. The only thing that could have maybe happened there was like they throw in the dice earlier. They start throwing somebody in straight in on top of the scout, and over they get a good couple of 200 damage rockets in. You know, between the pair of rockets they can throw out from a bomb.
Yeah, absolutely. But in 4-1 now, getting a bit away from the side of GlobalClan Ice, but last time their mid was a bit of an improvement. See if they've got anything like that this time, as bombs come straight in onto Skis, taking a fair bit of damage, had to retreat out to Valley, but the second soldier is in, dealt with nicely too on the other side of things. Hannah's taken down, as be dying for that one, but very, very much worth as Witness Gaming win the mid. They can look to potentially start walking on as well. There's only a soldier and a scout left up. There's a hiding behind. Quacks is been spotted out on Valley, gonna just be chilling there for a moment, but with these plays from behind like this, like you're almost just like a player that's just not in the fight, right? You're gonna get run down eventually, unless you can catch someone in the transition and go for a 1-for-1, but it's always hard to play these situations.
Yeah, he's kind of in no man's land, not really doing much. They will send Brand Slam back as well from to help Laz get out of the respawn. They have 100%, and I think they have got time to spare, but does give a bit of maybe hope for GlobalClan to get the Uber in time. But I think even with this little bit of time wasted, it's still not going to be enough, as now they have a full Uber charge to deal with. I don't think their Uber is going to be on the cards at this rate. They pop in their artist straight away. Sentry gun dealt with. Heavy weapons guys the next thing on the plate, but actually trying to play the point instead. And yeah, they're all just kind of taking turns, and between the scouts, the demo, and the heavy spam, they can't play this one slowly. They had to get kills, I think.
Yeah, that heavy just does so much, right? If you don't focus on the heavy early in that Uber, like it's just pelting out so much damage, and with 450 HP, like it does take a real concerted effort to take down, but yeah, not going to be dealt with as GlobalClan Ice live to fight another day, and what a reprieve it is for them now with a full Uber ad until they've used the wrong config. They've been using the European config, I believe.
Oh dear.
Or some variation of it.
Oh my gosh. Well, this is embarrassing. So obviously we kind of saw this coming. We're not completely oblivious to this. We knew that these things beefed up because we had a demo that came in 2 parts. So while we're all trying to get all loaded up and set up with that, we'll go to like maybe the quickest tiniest break, and then we'll be back. We'll be ready to press the button again, and we'll continue with our coverage of Witness Gaming versus GlobalClan Ice. Who knows, Ben? It could turn around here, but we'll see in part 2.
Yep, see you there.
Okay, gang, welcome back. We have gone and we got all loaded up, and we haven't quite started just yet. Well, obviously, we need to re-coordinate in, we need to re-jack in. If you're just joining us, this is our coverage of Witness Gaming versus GlobalClan Ice. Part 1 has started. It was 4-1, the scoreline to Witness Gaming, and then the config kind of bugged out. Or they just loaded the wrong config. Who am I to judge? We all make mistakes, but we're going to continue this gaming now. I'm going to count everybody in, so I hope everyone's ready with their 3, 2, 1, and go.
Yeah, absolutely. Witness Gaming looking very, very strong in that first installment, I guess, the regulation time portion of this game, as they're leading 4-1. One more round will seal it for them, but otherwise, neither side of things, GlobalClan Ice are going to need a bit of a turnaround. Going to need 4 rounds to the good consecutive if they are to pull up a monumental comeback and win out this series. But seems like a very, very slow mid from Witness. They're just, they're not sure what's happening. They're just playing very, very passive. They're just chilling.
Yeah, this makes sense. I was kind of wondering how they were going to address this thing. So obviously people had advantages, people had points at certain stages in the game. So they're going to recreate this the best they can. I think they might also agree to different terms as well as they're talking in between things. But it looks like both teams will have Uber charge, but GlobalClan Ice will have mid. And will it continue from there? Will they get a second? I think it's looking like they'll just have mid.
This seems reasonable, right? Because I think it was about a 50% ad for Hannah walking into mid where they were like a player or so up. So it's sort of believable that they just take the mid for free, the forward spawns come up, and in the meantime Skis has built up the rest of the Uber. Like, I feel like this is a pretty faithful recreation of what would likely have happened. Nice pipe there from Ben up onto Laz as that frag gets traded out over towards the Valiers. Another nice pipe as well, landing onto the face of Brand Slam, means the damage is being dealt with as the fake bomb comes in, but the real bomb in from Grape Juice landing underneath, just taken down. That doesn't quite land on the face of Skis, who's all the way safe behind the big pillar on the second point, meaning now the faster spawner of Laz. It means they can send Ash behind for some funny business.
Yeah, Ash managed to get in behind, and I wasn't even paying attention there, so he's done well to sneak in. Witness Gaming just seemed to be very reactive on their second holds. Ash will go in behind, tries to attack, but isn't really finding anybody of worth and won't even get that. So going down, it's fine though, it's okay. Dying for the cause and losing one player at these sort of holds is expected.
Yeah, of course, and it does mean now that GlobalClan Ice, with a one less soldier, they can potentially look to do some sorts of sacks of their own. Great Juice could be the first one to jump in, fake that one out as Scratches is the one charging in. Big damage onto Artist, who's had to back up to take an arrow. Trade out though on the grass side. Ash going behind again, just constantly trying to wrap in behind. Damage onto Grape Juice and going back over towards Cafe. Alright, Ash is being a real nuisance.
Yeah, he's managed to kind of slip in from Valley, get in from Choke, and then go through Cafe. The man's got a bingo card for this map, and he wants to go to every single section. Scratch will go down when Ubers get exchanged out. I think Hannah just wanted to get out nice and early there, so not even going to try and prioritize Scratch's life. Grape Juice is hanging about, though, was playing the flank and managed to sneak in, so kind of annoying for Witness Gaming. Doesn't mean they can put themselves immediately on the chase. They have to kind of clean their plate first.
Yeah, nice that Grape Juice gets a 1-for-1 there as well. That's nice work. Just again stalls things out, means they have to wait an extra few seconds for that scout spawner. But Quack's going down and the long respawn means there's maybe trying to do some sort of counter sack. But yeah, we are sort of in sack counter sack territory. It's even Ubers, of course. There's one player for Witness. Maybe they go for something. But there's by the moment looking like they're just going to wait for this Uber charge to get built up over on Skis and over on Hannah, because both of them lived that last exchange. They both lived to fight another day. Both are treating out their respective ways, and we'll see now what GlobalClan Ice have to work with. 1 minute left. We've already flown through 3 minutes of this stalemate, and GlobalClan Ice haven't really managed to breach their way in properly yet.
Yeah, it's usually quite a contested point of TF2, right? Usually you see a lot of back and forthing or kind of all-inning, or when you throw people in, there is some sort of greater cost. Oh, alley-oop with Laz kind of giving him the volleyball beach push up to get towards the med, but he wasn't really focusing on Skis. Grape Juice had like soldiers on his brain. He wanted to get in some damage for his team, which does allow GlobalClan Ice to get in, but they're all kind of spread thin. Quacks is away, Scratch was away from the medic as well, but it does make them force earlier over on Witness Gaming, and because they pop later over on GlobalClan Ice, they're more likely to hold on to the second point. I say that, but they haven't got the doors quite under control here, and yeah, they just kind of inch out of every single door over on Witness Gaming, but there's only a few seconds. They will get on top of the point, bring it into overtime, and get off all of that sort of win territory from second point. If that went a second earlier or a second later there, Ben, I think this wouldn't feel as punishing.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's all important that they fly through, and just anyone needs to stand on that middle point, and they just get it with literally, like you say, like a second to spare. There was maybe a little bit of cap time on second, which gives them whatever, a second or two left, but like that is literally it as we go straight into enemy last. Ubercharge advantage for skis too, but the last couple of times this heavy has been a real nuisance once it has come up. Gun again over on the other side this time as Ubercharge going straight into it. Seems like it's been spotted out early enough. Artist going to be taking that one down. Cracks down on the low ground on the scout too. Artist though taking a fair bit of damage from this heavy, and it's all now eyes on whether this heavy gets focused down. See what Scratch can do in this post fight. Going to be getting bombed onto, but so far he's just standing tall, getting tanked with arrows. The same is going to be said for Pen too, as this is sort of dragging out a little bit on the attacking side. Hannah has Ubercharge to use now, and it's a salvage play. Can they get this Uber out? And they do. Hannah gets forced out, which I guess is a consolation prize for Witness, but not exactly gone their way.
GlobalClan IS Rifle, in my eyes, were pretty lucky to have that play off there. The sentry gun was a little bit annoying, but it still got cleaned up pretty early, and the heavy weapons guy wasn't really addressed as well from Witness Gaming. I think a bit more focused fire, that probably could have gone the other way. And during all that as well, interestingly, Yum Yum was trying to build the sentry gun again, but on the right-hand side. I don't think I even see like low-level teams managing to pull that off, but why not? Clout and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. But what means is that because Hannah used so late, this Ubercharge advantage is so big over on skis, and it's already been used in. They've already lost a soldier in the meantime. As Scratch still again just on this heavy, doing great damage. Great View's going to go down for the cause, but again we're in a similar situation to last time. It's Uber ad for Hannah, and actually again they're going to try and push out on this potentially. They're taking space in lobby. We've seen this go wrong before from lower lobby over on the GlobalClan Ice side, and again this time they're walking in up the left hand side this time, going to manage to get some more space out towards Valley. It's all in now. Can they actually get second up? Can they get in a good position? Because they're working at a very big disadvantage, and it could get potentially kind of scrappy.
Yeah, they pop in the Uber aggressively. They see the beam, they see the medic is close, but the way they want to get on top of that medic is with a scout. And who's on right next to skis? A scout. So they just walk backwards as they're walking forwards, and it's completely neutralized. And yeah, they will get a second point during all this chaos and being thrown back and forth, but an Uber charge is in the back pocket for Witness Gaming, and they're going to use it pretty early. They're already on top of Hannah already. This is the difference between a good Uber and a bad Uber. They're already throwing in their explosive projectiles. That explosive energy is obviously so much quicker and right on top of the medic as well.
Yeah, the Demo Man just flies so quick in these Ubers. You can just plonk one, sometimes even two stickies down, and just be a lightning bolt straight across the point, and literally landed on Hannah's head on that window there into lobby. And yep, Hannah's taken down. Skis again, decently sized advantage, going to be about 40% after the spawn comes in, but they might not even care about the Ubers, to be honest. They're finding so much damage on this left hand side on their way in. Two soldiers found out already, going to make blocking the point all that much harder. Laz jumping over the top, and it doesn't matter, no one's there to block. No more players left alive for GlobalClan Ice. Witness Gaming are going to take this map on the sort of second time asking after the reboot, 5-1 in total.
Yeah, so well done to Witness Gaming. They look like they were outclassing them on many different levels, on many sort of kind of degrees. Tactically, DM, maybe even like shenanigans I'm going to throw in as well as its own little category. But yeah, I don't know what else to really tell GlobalClan Ice. This is not an easy fix, Ben.
Yeah, it was a few messy moments, right? Particularly like in those Ubers, as you pointed out. It was yeah, came back to bite them, and yeah, I've got to say, like, it was, I don't know, it was sort of a, like you say, it's not an easy fix, right? It's not that you can say, just this one thing happened that went badly. There was a fair few departments where I think Witness Gaming were just better coordinated and just the better team overall. And yeah, at the end of it, the scoreline sort of demonstrates that, right?
Yeah. If we go over to the logs, I am seeing a double sort of affair of medic deaths compared to Witness Gaming's skis performance. So that's just telling me, like, fundamentally, the team has something wrong when it comes to like what Ubers they're choosing or like how they're getting caught by all these other Ubers. But and again, like we said, it wasn't just like one kind of situation that was happening. They were losing on many kind of different situations that ended up obviously with their most valued class getting picked off.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, of course, there was some nice scout logs there. 35 frags from Brand Slam is always pretty good for the flank as well, of course. But yeah, no, the medic death I think tells a very big story because of course, like we saw so many times in these Uber charges are coming in, Skis is just getting out alive, basically scot free every time, right? Like just getting out via a scout taxi or via just not being in the first place. Like it just felt like Skis were just so hard to catch
Mm.
in those transitional plays that yeah, it makes all the more difference, right? When you're constantly at Uber Ride, you're constantly just building, you're constantly there with beam for your teammates. It makes such a huge difference, and yeah, like that combined with some of the better coordination that we saw, yeah, it was a comfortable one. I've got to say for Witness.
Uh, what else can I really talk about? It was. I don't know. There's just a lot to choose from. It's like a buffet of problems. But I obviously what happens centered around Hannah and the medic is probably a good place to start. There's a huge variety you could start there. If I'm gonna give some credit and some clapper to Global Clan Ice, there were some last holds I was pretty impressed with, like to the point where I'm like, hang on a second, this last point has got some potential here because they obviously are favoring the sentry gun over on the right hand side. They want to keep it alive basically once the Ubers have been exchanged out, and it can feel pretty powerful. But usually, it's hard to kind of keep it alive between spam, between the chaos, and not risking your engineer's life as well to kind of keep it. But I think they had this heavy at the door, this idea of like just running. I think it was either like Yum Yum or Scratch. Literally sat in the door, so this heavy with a banny bind, you know, kind of hovering over
Yeah,
with the finger, can never die. But it's always dishing out damage on that left hand side. It makes those left hand side sort of passive holds really weak, and I never really thought about that before. I used to always just put the sentry gun on the left.
yeah, no, it worked out. Yeah, obviously there was sometimes earlier on where it got caught out, but it felt like as the game went on, it had better and better results. There was even one where like the gun just stayed alive for the whole time because it was being tanked the whole time, I believe, by was it Yum Yum was there just like hitting it just with the wrench the whole time. It was working out so well, and yeah, the gun just staying alive in that fight. It sees the point reasonably well, and it's going to obviously deny anyone trying to go for anything aggressive towards your own spawn. Yeah, worked out pretty well, but in the end, if you're taking that many disad Uber situations on your own last, eventually some of them are going to go wrong, and eventually rounds are going to go against you, and that's what we found, right? But it's not the end there for Global Clan Ice because they're actually in for arguably an even bigger game for them next after this. They're playing their sister team of Global Clan,
Oh
so that should
yes.
be a good one.
Oh yes, we are spoiling you here at EU CAS NA. We're not just got one game. We've got two games. It's going to be the same map again. Wait, isn't it? Oh, is it? I'm not sure actually. I think it's because they play two different opponents from week to week. Ben, in these sort of areas, you got an A and you got a B. Sometimes between that A and B, those maps can change. It might be different. It might be the same. I'll keep you in suspense because we're going to go to a tiny break, literally like a couple of minutes for us literally to load up the map, and then we'll see you guys here soon for Global Clan versus Global Clan Ice. All right, don't go away.